Hi and welcome back. In this video, I'm going to share some recent updates on Canoo. Ticker symbol is GOEV. It was down over 20%. And also, I will be sharing my trades on this stock as well as some option strategies that you guys can implement into your trades. So stick around until the end. But before I continue, just want to let you know that I am not a financial advisor. This is just for entertainment purposes only. I also just started a Patreon Discord page where I'm trying to find like-minded people like myself who is interested in making money in the stock market consistently. There's already 50 members in there, and we would love for you to come collaborate with us, share ideas, learn some strategies, learn selling options, as well as finding the next hottest stock. If you guys are interested, check out my link down below. Hope to see you guys there. Let's take a look at this daily chart here. So we can see it was trading around the $16 and $18 range for a while, beginning of January. And then we went down to $12.83 and traded between that and $15.62. And then it sold off, hitting a low of 8.52. We can see that there was a lot of volume here too compared to all the other days. So let's take a look at what the news were. Here are some recent business highlights that they had announced in their fourth quarter earnings report. They completed business combination with Hennessy Capital Acquisition on December 21st, 2020, at which Canoo became publicly listed on the NASDAQ. They unveiled its all-electric multi-purpose delivery vehicle to be priced starting at approximately $33,000. The vehicle is purposely designed to maximize return on investment for customers. They added key executives to help drive business strategy and growth, and they added 48 patent filings and design registrations, bring the total active number of filings and registrations to 59. And they will reveal all electric pickup with target delivery as early as 2023. So here are some 2020 operational highlights. They were able to complete build of 32 vehicles, including 13 drivable prototypes, now conducting validation and real-world endurance testing. To date, they were able to conduct over 70 simulated and physical crash tests, largely validating design integrity. They reported a fourth quarter net loss of 8 cents a share, narrowed from a loss of 50 cents a share in the year earlier. The company ended the quarter with a total of $702 million of cash, which is up from $29.5 million a year earlier. So they do have a lot of cash on hand. For the current quarter, the company expects operating expenses to be between $45 million and $50 million, with capital expenditures between $10 million and $12 million. The reason for this massive sell-off was because the company is changing its strategic direction. The executive chairman stated, "It was decided by our board to de-emphasize the originally stated contract engineering services line, and this will further accelerate the creation of intellectual property and the launch of our vehicle derivatives, which enhance our opportunity for the highest return on capital." Canoo was going to offer consumer subscriptions for its vehicles, but now the focus is on traditional sales. And the consumer vehicles Canoo originally built its plans around are being de-emphasized. Now, Canoo will focus on commercial vehicles such as delivery vans. So they withdrew the financial forecast from the presentation detailing its SPAC merger. The company had predicted $2.3 billion in 2025 sales, with $1.2 billion coming from the engineering services that are now effectively discontinued. Also, Roth Capital analysts called the business model shift a hard pivot and downgraded the shares from buy to hold. He also cut his price targets to $12 from $30. And he stated, Canoo had an eventful call for its first SPAC IPO results. So I wanted to take advantage of this massive sell-off. I do feel like it is a panic sell, and this is oversold right now. So I bought 2 call options. If we take a look at my trades, I have 2 call options. They're 10 strike price, and they expire in November. This was the latest that they had. I paid $225 in premium. So let's take a look. For every dollar that Canoo goes up or down, my two contracts will make $121 total. Because if we take a look at the delta is 121. And then the theta is -1. So every single day that goes by, it will lose $1 in value. But when it gets closer to expiration, which is 19 November, the theta will increase. And the closer that it is to the strike price, the delta will also increase. We want the delta to increase, and we don't want the theta to increase. Theta is our enemy here. So there are a few options that you guys can implement if you're planning to trade Canoo. So initially, I wanted to sell a cash secure puts because I usually like to receive the premium. But since I am trading this in my small account, I don't have enough funds to sell a cash secure puts. Selling a cash secure puts is essentially setting a buy limit. So we do need the full collateral, which is 100 times the strike price. In this case, it would be 1,000 for each contract, whereas a $225 premium sounds a little bit better, and I do have enough time for the stock to go in my favor. So I like to stick to long-term options. This was the longest that they have. But if you guys do have enough collateral to sell a cash secure puts, let's just take a look at the options. So we're going to go to the options chain. And let's say we want to sell a cash secure put with a $7.50 strike price. Right now, you can get $30. I know it doesn't seem like it's a lot, but if you're planning to get Canoo at a lower price, this is something that you guys can consider. Sell a $7.50 strike price. Think of $7.50 as the buy price that you would buy it at. And then you would receive $30 because you will now be obligated to buy 100 shares at $7.50 if the stock price goes to $7.50 or below. If it goes above, at the end of the day on April 16th, you will get your collateral back. You will use that collateral to sell another cash secure puts. That's what I normally would do. But in this case, I don't have enough funds. I had to buy a call option. So we see here, there's only 4 months that we can buy call options for. April, May, August, November. So I went to the furthest. So we take a look at our strike price. It's right in the middle. We have 2.5, 5, 7.5, and 10. 10 is the one I bought today. And then we have a 2.5 strike price that has a delta of 1. So every time there's a delta of 1, it means that every time the stock goes up or down $1, this option contract will go up and down $100. So instead of just buying 100 shares at the current price, which is at $9.30, you can just buy a call option that resembles the actual stock. This option costs $710. So you are saving roughly $200 on buying a call option versus buying shares. But the only difference is the option has an expiration date, whereas if you bought shares, it doesn't. But if you're bullish on Canoo, you can consider a 2.5 call option, and all you have to pay is $710 if you're planning to buy 100 shares. So we take a look at a 5 strike price, it's 0.91. So when I look for an option, I try to look for usually 0.5 or above will work too. Leap calls are 0.8, but since this isn't really considered a leap call, we'll just go to 0.5 and above, which is the one I picked. That one I picked costs $245 right now. So those are some ways that you guys can implement some strategies into your trades. I don't usually go out of the money, meaning the 30 strike price, even though it is very inexpensive. It's $45 per contract. But let's take a look at the delta. The delta is 0.14. That means that Canoo would have to move a lot in order for you to make money. And usually people buy a lot of out of the money call options because they are so cheap. But there is more risk buying out of the call money versus buying in the money, which is 7.5, or at the money, which is around 10, 12.5. So that's all I wanted to share. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. If you got this far, please don't forget to hit that like button. And also do consider joining the Patreon Discord page. Like I said, we already have 50 members in there, and we would love for you to come join us, collaborate, and try to find the next hottest stocks. And we just want to be able to grow our accounts together.